Shall we play a game?
Greetings, Earthlings. Uh-oh, I'm not streaming the game. It's a dark screen. Let me just fix that. Will this work? Woohoo! Okay, good. What about game sound, though? Oh, well, we'll get into that. We are going to run... Forgot. Let's go with the summer timetable. What did I say we were going to run? F459. I don't know why I picked that one. I just did. Now I've got to find it. Where is it? Where is it? It's hiding from me. I'm sure it must have been in the first screen of the timetable or I wouldn't have picked it. But I guess not. I will catch up with the chat in just a moment. Let me get the game started. It does take a little while to load. Probably should have done that first, but I was having a nature break, as you do on a Sunday morning. An Aussie might call it going for a Tosca. I'm sure it was 459. Maybe it wasn't 459. Oh, there it is. Cole to Dover. That's the one. Normal scenario. Okay. Hopefully, we'll get this going. So, we have Psych, Michael Newberry. We have, who else? Dave Randall, Andy Burbridge, and NJT. Hello to you all. We're doing something a little bit different today. I only have a couple of hours today, so that's why I'm not running TSW or Railroader. Actually, I'm not running TSW because I'm running the preview version right now, doing my... Oh, hang on, there's something there that shouldn't be. Doing the setup for an upcoming thing that I'll be showing off next week. Okay. Red signals everywhere. Whee. Now, I'm trying to remember how to set this up. So... Okay. And start the engine. And to release the brakes, I think it's... There we go. Shift B. That'll be pumping up, but I'll apply the... Can't do anything with direct brake at the moment. Okay, that's fine. Now let's try and get into forwards. There we go. This is a weird combination of Rail Driver and keyboard because I've only got some of Rail Driver working with this game. It's a bit weird the way you have to set it up. Yeah, we don't have headlights. I better try and figure that out. So we have two 37s, which are, I guess, partially branded, representative of what they are. And as usual in this game, you can hear the sea. I've never quite figured out why you can hear the sea, because maybe this route's near the sea, I don't know. But you can always hear it. Headlights. How do we do headlights? How's that going to work? Let's have a look at the controls, actually. I don't play this game very much, in case you haven't noticed. Full controls. There's nothing about headlights, is there? Okay, maybe they just happen. No, that's fine. Yes, I know you're paused. We have got a little green signal right in front of us, so we're going to move. And you have to push the Rail Driver backwards. There it goes. And it's the way it travels is novel because I moved the Rail Driver about 2 millimeters and it's pretty much gone to full throttle. So it's just a tad novel. It looks a little bit loud. Let me just crank that down just a little more. There we go, that looks better. Let me know if the audio's crap. Hello, Trains of Illinois. It would be the upcoming Cargo Line 2 Dave Randall. It would indeed. So I Can't run TSW at the moment because not publicly, because I'm in the preview version. And you never know what else might show up in the preview version, and it's a switching to public at the moment is 150 something gig download, and I just don't want to right now. So we're going to cruise along in Railcar Simulator, but I thought we might try the 37s, because every time I've run this, we've done the Railcars, and I've never run the 37s before. So we shall see. Now I've got some green signals coming. I'll just have to watch my speed. I know I'm allowed to do 25, but I've got red signals not very far away, so I shall behave myself for a change. I've got a little green on the dwarf down on the left there. And we're probably waiting for that train that's flying past on the main line now before we'll be allowed out of this yard. And I can see another one behind it. Obviously, I can't say a lot about Cargo Line, but I will say it's actually better value for money than the first one. There's a lot of services, and I know that's already been revealed. You've probably watched the Skyhook stream, so you already know what's in it. I do believe that signal in front of me is red, so I should probably think about stopping. Well, it's got lots of brakes on. Where did I end up? First application. And that's probably not enough. More brakes. No, on. Doesn't have a lap position, does it? But that'll do. I think that'll stop us. That feels like it's going to stop us. Surely. Yeah, I think that's going to work fine. Yeah, we can probably release that now too. Get it whoops, the other way. Get it charging up again. Because we are on level ground, so in theory we should just sit here. We're waiting for the S459 Oakland's Rally Central to clear the line. Press a undefined key to accelerate time and another undefined key to restore real time. Well, I obviously don't have those keys configured, so we just have to wait. That's okay. We have a message from the signaller. We can. Why not? Go and explore a little bit then. What are we waiting for? I'm not even sure which way this train goes. Does it go that way? Does it go that way? This is the first time I've played this route too, so I know very little about this. I know as much about it as you do. Well, possibly you know more if you play this game. There we are, sitting there, a little industrial town over here. Very industrious. I see a small problem with that rail crossing. Gate in the middle of the road too. It's always good. Mind you, that could be realistic, because dumb things like that do actually happen in real life. Where people go paving over railway tracks and things. So, yeah, it could actually be realistic. It could represent the way it is. Ah, this might be what we're waiting for. Now we're waiting for an intercity down as well. So we've got a couple of trains to wait for. You're always 15 seconds behind on the YouTube. I'm running low latency, so it should be about 15 anyway. But you should be able to go live. There we go. So we're waiting for this train and we're waiting for that one over there. So things are coming to a head right now. Hello, C. So do we have to wait for this trainload of flats as well, or will we be allowed to go? I don't know. Little signal box. They are quite nicely detailed inside with the levers and things. They don't have the block shelf or any of the other accoutrements of a box, but they have the levers at least. Yeah, it looks like we will be waiting for this guy, because he's got the green and we don't. Actually, I think he's got a red too. Yes, he does have a red. The green's for the main line, I think. Since he's stopping. So, who gets to go first? That's the question. Are we more important than a trainload of empty flats that don't appear to have couplings? Oh, that's interesting. See, the funniest things in games sometimes. Do I have couplings? No, I don't either. Well, let's hope they stick together. That could be funny. We shall see. Dave asks, how the scenario is good. Can't answer that question. Not allowed. That's life. Hope everybody is well. I did see a bit of a lively chatter going on. People playing LIRR, playing Simmering Bard. Very good. What else have we got going on? It's amazing how many members there are, actually. It's a lot of members. Thank you very much to all the members. Still waiting. Waiting a bit more. Shall we wait together? I think we have to. Central Guards fans, are these coupled? No! What about these ones? Oops, we're inside it. No! Okay. The camera in this is a little bit weird in that it accelerates. Now, I think in reality, that would have actually dropped back to stop. Because the signalman back there in that box, when he passed it out of his yard, would have set it back to stop because he wouldn't want anything following it. But that clearly hasn't happened in this case. So we shall sit over here and listen to the dulcet tones of our 37s, which hopefully soon enough... Ah, there we go. And I've already released the brakes, so we should be able to just go. Throttling up. I'm sitting on top of the hut, aren't I? Let me move myself. That will do strange things to the sound in the game, don't let that worry you. When you click off this game, it cuts the sound out. Doesn't stop the trains moving, but it does cut the sound out. It's a bit weird. Looks like there's another train coming through now that maybe we should have waited for, but we got the green. Bad signalman. What kind of train is it? It's a passenger train. He's making a passenger train wait for a goods train. Ooh, bad signalman. Bad signalman. That's okay. I see from the chatter that most of you are well, which is good. If you haven't tried this game, it's called Diesel Railcar Simulator. It's on Steam. It's developed by a person. One. I think there's a couple of people that help out now and then, if I'm not totally mistaken about it, but it's predominantly just one person. So it's quite an achievement. Its graphics sort of sits between TSC and TSW. It looks game-ish, but there are aspects like the waving grass and things like that that whenever you try that in TSC, it just explodes. So. We are only supposed to be doing 25 here. Where's my speedometer? No, we're still under 20, that's fine. Probably cut the power off though, because we're going downhill. Soon we'll be going uphill though, after this bridge. So the graphics aren't amazing, but the simulation in this game is actually quite good. There we go, our gradient's starting to change, so we will Get back on the power in a moment. I will be streaming the cargo pack on Wednesday, I think. Green signal, yay! Yeah, I'll be streaming that on Wednesday. Just say hello to the little man in the box. As you do. If you're waving and you go, hey! Actually, on backwards. Hey! There you go. That's my AWS. I don't actually know how to reset AWS in this. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Is it Q? It is Q. Look at that. That's lucky. So we come piling on through the station. Let's go and sit with the passengers if we can. They're a fairly primitive character model, but they don't dance like the ones in TSW do. What's that, a postal train maybe? Going the other way? Or it could actually be passengers, you never know. As we make our smoky way, pushing out Greta Thunbergs in great quantities. NJT asks, how's the LIRR route? It's okay. There are a couple of red light issues that people have encountered, and that's being looked at. I know PS4 players are having some crashing issues around Jamaica, and that's being looked at. But I haven't seen much in the way of anything particularly bad that's getting anyone. If you do find that you come across a situation, and this will help you resolve the signalling issue, if you come across a train that appears to be stopped, not going anywhere, and there's nothing in front of it, and there's a bunch of trains backed up behind it, use the free roam functionality and delete it. Because that actually works quite well. Get back on the juice now. As we fly through the express track. In our little station here. Some of the routes in this game are real and some of them are just make-believe routes. It's a bit of a mixture. Yes, I will heart Greta. It's one of those ironic things in the world that I drive a hybrid car. Ooh, gratuitous bridge shot. Let's go. Have to do a gratuitous bridge shot. I drive a hybrid car to a steam railway where I shove a coal into a boiler. Well, actually I shovel coal into the firebox. Putting coal in the boiler would not be conducive to good running. Probably do quite bad things, actually. Just come off the power again because we do have a red coming up. I'm not sure if it's going to stay red, but I should probably act like it's going to stay red. Oops, that way. Interestingly, the controls in this game are the same as TSC and TSW for brakes, but they're backwards. That next one's not actually red, it's warning me that the one after it is red. We are slowing down fairly handily, so let's just go with it for the moment. AWS warning. The sunflower has lit up nice and bright. I did learn something watching Skyhook Adams' video on Cargo Line that came out overnight for me. And in that video, he did reveal that if you're approaching an adverse signal and you have power on, TPWS will bump you. I never actually knew that happened, but there you go. Dave Randall asks, is there any reason you can't delete trains in journey mode? Well, I can't say I've ever tried, but we do seem to be discovering... They're released, aren't they? They are released. Let's put on a little bit of power. Just to keep us moving towards that signal without actually getting to it too hard. And without rolling backwards. Maybe a little more power. A little more power? Trains in the back... brakes in the back of the train may still be releasing at this point. More power. But it's probably worth getting up to the signal, because it might trigger something. There we go. Now it's starting to move, kind of. Very slowly, but I don't have much power on, so it's not that surprising. As I was saying though, before I got distracted, we're probably waiting for that. There are 100 and somethings with a coach in the middle. Got another 37 sitting over there. Some kind of random coach over here. Let's go look. Looks like it belongs in India. A newspaper packing van. There you go. Cool beans. Let's just get the power off again. I think if I sit in a cab I might be able to zoom better. There we go. Yeah, so we have all reds coming up. Great many reds. Let me through your yard, little signalman, or I will fail to like you. We're supposed to go through at 1519, which is kind of now. So let's see what it does. I think I didn't finish my sentence again then about journey mode, Dave Randall. I always thought that journey mode was just services. There we go, we're getting a green. I always thought journey mode was just services from the timetable. I don't actually see a green up there. Maybe there's a dwarf or something. But I certainly don't see anything that's... you know what it'll be? It'll be the centre signal that's behind the bridge. And it will be really crappily sighted. That will be the one that's green. Yep, it is. You can just see the green light peeking out under the bridge now. Okay, let's put a little bit more power on then. But we're starting to discover that journey mode isn't just timetable mode, because it seems to actually be a different timetable. Which is quite weird. Still not going to rush to power up, because in this game if you spad, it doesn't stop you. It just lets you drive and crash into the next train. As in reality. Trains of Illinois says CSX have launched a new heritage unit number 1899. It should be... Is that really spelt that way? I would have thought it would be Pierre Marquette. pier. Because Marquette would suggest French, which would suggest the first one should be pier. Pierre, but anyway. NJT says, my thoughts on the Long Island Railroad route is that I wish it was set in 2024 so we could have the expanded schedule, mainline third track and Grand Central Madison. Yeah, there was some talk about that, but one thing to bear in mind when this route was made, it was actually quite a long time ago. I won't give you the exact time because I'm sure I probably can't, but it was a long time ago. It was sitting in the wings for a very long time trying to get past MTA. Those of you who monitor the Steam depots and know about the numbering of DLCs, which you would see in the Steam depot, you would know that it's a fairly low number. Our next signal must be green as well, even though I can't see it. It's terrible signal sighting in this station. Terrible. Dave says, I got stuck on Bernina-Lini service and couldn't delete the trains in the way. Really annoying, so I can't unlock the rest of the adapters. That is annoying, Dave. Hopefully you've either put in a report on the forums or put in a support call. I think support calls probably get more attention, but they are a bit of a pain because they make you jump through some hoops before they'll let you log the call. Hoops that generally don't solve the problem, they're just standard help desky things. What are we doing? A whopping 10 mile an hour. Feels good. NJT says, I've never used journey mode. What is it anyway? Journey mode is basically a guided selection through the timetable and scenarios that sort of gives you a mix of play, and they are, in theory, some of the more interesting timetable services that have things like parallel running or unusual things, like, or even just seeing unusual things on them, so that's why they tend to pick them. But yeah, we're seeing more and more lately that they seem to actually be a different timetable. Because if you complete a service in journey mode, it used to complete it in timetable, and if you completed the same service in timetable, it used to complete it in journey. But it doesn't do that on all routes, and LIRR is one of the ones where it doesn't do that. We have an advance at caution, which means the next is at red. Or, actually, I should say an upcoming is at red, because it doesn't actually mean the next one's at red. It just means there is a red one in front of you soon. I would have thought I'd get an AWS for this, but guess not. Oh, they've gone green. Not that I can see them yet. So I won't react until I can actually see them. I am seeing the green lights pop through the lattice up there now. Oh, and I've got a dwarf on the platform too. A disc. Which I'm guessing is used as a repeater because the sighting of the other signal's so bad. Hello, Violet's Inspiration Soup. Good to see you here again. NGT asks, oh yes, the licensing issues. How did the first version of the route get around that? I'm assuming this green signal's for me, not the one on my right. But anyway. The licensing question, there wasn't an issue with licensing as such. The issue was with the licensor. And I'm not sure how much I can really tell you about this. I can probably tell you a little. You've probably heard that there's an expert grade of locomotives coming. And that they're very, very, very detailed. And that you really need to know what you're doing to drive them, because they are pretty much exactly as you would find the yellow, pretty much exactly as you would find the real train in the same sequence. So you might infer from that coming that the M9 was something to do with that. And you might further infer, without me actually telling you, that the licensor wasn't very happy about the exactness. There are some Easter eggs still in that train that I'll let you find yourself, because I am definitely not allowed to tell you about them. So play around is what I'd suggest to you and see what you find. Hey, no driver. Ooh, look, suspension. It's very hard to see it in this train, but it does have it. Look at that. Oh. That's quite sexy, isn't it? Did the springs compress? No, they don't, but they've done some clever stuff in the graphics, so it looks like they do. Oh, yeah, it's kind of sexy. Suspension is coming to our other beloved game, Train Sim World. 7 minutes late. That's because you keep giving me red signals. It's not my fault. I am well, Violet. I'm hoping you'll do a live stream soon. Because I want to return the favour of a nice long sub, but I want to do it when you're on a live stream, so it encourages other people on your live stream to do it as well. Because if I do it outside a live stream, no one sees it. Dave says if you do it in journey mode, it completes it in timetable, but not the other way around. Yeah, at one point it did. And on some routes it still does, but it's not common. And I think that is because they're not actually the same timetable anymore. No, it's not user-friendly, Violet, because it's a train, and they never are. It's actually an interesting concept, the expert locomotive. There's been a couple of them in TSC, Train Sim Classic, and they don't sell well because they're bloody hard to use. One of them, the Canadian Pacific one, even me, who is able to handle real-life trains, find it hard to use. So it's an interesting choice. And yes, we will soon see a expert train from TSG. The guy behind TSG is Lucas, by the way. He does actually work for DTG, but TSG's a spare time thing for him. Looks like we're getting a lot of just-in-time signals, but can I depend on that? Still accelerating. Oh, because the throttle hadn't come off. How interesting. Going a bit quick. That's okay. We'll just crash. It's fine. The signalman's ratting me around everywhere. Hopefully we'll see the live. We've got a green on the permissive here. Come on, throttle. Move. Well, do I... Yeah, okay. Yay, rail driver. Maybe I should just do the throttle with keys. Is it the usual keys? It is the usual keys. Good. You're heading up to Sydney. Excellent. Violet's has been epic trying to get a new sound mixer, etc. Internet set up. A, it's crap. Need a plan B to get stable stream. Do you use an XLR microphone? If you do, I have a Go XLR that I've taken out of my mix. I don't use it anymore. I've moved over to a Stream Deck Plus to do my sound mixing, which is really good for games, but it wouldn't be that good for music, but the Go XLR would. The only reason I stopped using it is because it started to make some funny noises in the headphones. They don't go out on the stream, but it was just annoying enough to me that I didn't want to keep using it. I don't think it's going to die or anything, but if you wanted that, you'd be welcome to it. And that supports a Go XLR mic, or an XLR microphone with phantom power. Phantom power with, and phantom power 48 if you want it. So let me know if it's desirable, and we'll work out how to get it to you. Today I'll be going over to St Albans, Melbourne's home stabbing capital of Australia. But I have to say the western suburbs really don't worry me. As someone who's lived in the western suburbs for a really long time, you just need to develop an appropriate fuck-off face. And the crazies tend to stay away, because they think you're one of them. And then it's okay. Your whole house is a black spot, and you miss singing. I'm not surprised. Michael says I found Searchlight's AC44 quite easy to use. Well, there you go. It just didn't like me. That is the trait I was talking about. I just didn't want to name and shape them. That's okay. You've given them a good rep. This looks like another gratuitous bridge shot to be had. Come on, come on, come on. Catch up with the train. Oh, I can't move the camera faster than the train. Oh no. Well, we kind of made it. There we go. That'll do. It worked. No, 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 don't hate me. NJT says the expert version of the DB101 plus cab car does have a normal mode, so it'll probably sell. Yeah, I think that's Matt's insistence, to be honest, putting that in there. Violets have just upgraded to a really good Rode and is capable of taking both my mixer. I use the Rode NT USB Mini. It's quite a good mic. It's got quite nice noise filtering built into it. And the noise filtering of that and the directionality of that, combined with a bit of noise filtering thanks to NVIDIA, actually works quite well. I don't hear much of the noise that goes on in my house. A little bit more throttle. I think you're on my Discord, Violet, so just, yes, past Scumshine, you're right. We'll chat on Discord in a DM and work out how to get the Go XLR to you. said, it took you 10 years to get that face and it's no longer needed. That's alright. The fuck off face comes in handy sometimes. Particularly for a woman, because it is absolutely shameful that you can't go walking around at night in a lot of places with safety. It's just utterly balls. You're going to get run over by a 37. Well, you can see the new track changes they did. That's quite a cool camera view. Pilot says, now I'm surrounded by tight creeks that take liberties. Whole new game. You moved to Oakley. Look at that suspension do its thing. I like the ornate gates. We used to have gates like that. Hand closed. We'll let gravity do its thing and slow us down as we mow down the flowers on the side of the bridge there. Actually, looks like gravity's not going to do its thing, so I better put some brakes on. Maybe even some more brakes. Alright, we're in full service. That's it. That's all we've got. This isn't enough to stop us. We're going to die. Slowing down, but not a lot. Not nearly enough. We may have to go into emergency. Oh no, we've got a green. It's okay. It's fine. Oops, wrong way. Went into shutdown. Let's quickly pump the train back up. Back into running so I don't overcharge it. I think we'll be okay. We're going to pass by the From Dover portal. NJT is still confused to how the trains needed to get their door panel and had to have ATC and access forced on. There's an issue with the license. It's to make it so that people don't know how to turn those systems off, basically. Where do we see a map on this? See, the last thing on my thing there is the Dover portal, so that suggests this service is coming to an end, so I don't want to go too fast, but we shall see. No, I don't think it's because those features can be considered an expert thing. I think it's more that if you knew how to start the train properly, because that's the other thing that's nerfed, is train startup. And if you knew how to turn off the safety systems, it would make it relatively easy if you could get your hands on a key. And believe me, they're not hard to get. You could nick off with a train relatively easily. And that is what they don't want. We're going to pass the From Dover portal. Pilot's gone to get coffee. Oh, hey. Although mine's actually a tea. Trains of Illinois says we're going way too fast. We're going to die, but that's okay because it's a game. You're correct. And NGC says, oh right, because New York fanners are insane. Yep. I think it's particularly New York that's paranoid about these things because, well, you know what happened. Can I get further back from this? I can, but not much. I think that's it. Our train just vanished, so I think we just disappeared. There we go. So I was a little late. I didn't speed too much except for here, so that's not too bad. Well, that's not too bad. Continue watching. You can change trains from the camera view pop-up by pressing key 0. I think we're going to go back to the timetable. What should we do now? What should we do? What about a passenger run? Intercity. There we go. Let's do that one. Ooh, random. I almost like the idea of random. I'm not sure what I chose then. I chose rescue or real. We'll see, won't we? NJT says they'll harm subway conductors and motormen to get keys for the cab. Do you know you can just buy them on eBay? Okay. Now, we're already moving. So our brakes are in first application, so let's get them off. Recharge and put them in running. Is our power on or off? Power is on. We're supposed to be going quite quickly, so let's fang it. What have we got behind us? We have some coaches. That's not a surprise. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And we're driving the Avro Vulcan. Got all the beans out now. It's not really hard to get keys for any rail network, to be honest. Hey, Violet. Enjoy your coffee. We've changed trains while you were gone. We're in an intercity now. Going fast. Right now we're speeding. But that's okay. We're only speeding a little bit. It's the kind of speed you'd get away with. NJT is currently building the Lego Concorde. Fair enough. Oh, you've been on one of these trains, Violet. I shall be riding trains a little like this in about 3 weeks' time when I'm in the UK. I'm not supposed to stop here, am I? No, I'm supposed to go straight through. Excellent. and I'll be stopping at Waldworth in 2 minutes, so let's get some brakes happening. Do have a caution on the advance. It's interesting there doesn't seem to be any graduation between initial and full service, or first and full service. You just have everything or nothing. See a green that's not for me. Now got a green to come into the station. Oh, I see how they've done the brake. Okay, putting it back in first application after full service is kind of like lap. Okay, I get that now. That means it's an E7, I think? Or maybe an E7L? Hopefully I'll have a great time, Violet. For some bizarre reason, Maps has decided that I'm going to Rome. I did have a trip partially booked to Rome, but it never got completed. Because Qantas screwed the pooch. I had grand plans of going to Rome and starting there and then going up to Venice to meet up with a friend of mine, and then going over to Switzerland, coming through Switzerland down towards France, and France to the UK. But nah, it didn't work out. Welcome to Waldsworth. And it recognised me stopping, yay! But I'm a minute late, boo! And I don't have headlights, boo! Hey, the doors do open. Cool. And all the people just stand there. Like demented bunnies. They're like zombies. I like that the doors close at different times, that's cool. Better get ready to go. Let's get the brakes releasing that way. There's our guard's whistle. Rattly start. Must need more power. Your parents got married in Venice. Cool. Nice spot for it. It feels like we're climbing a hill, but the gradient says not. Hello, little 101 or 104, whatever you are. You might be a 104 with no driver. So we slowly accelerate our way up the hill, which is apparently a downhill, but that's okay. Yes, my original flight was a Qantas special, but they buggered it up. And then after they buggered it up, they contacted me and said that they were rescinding the tickets because their special system let me book something that was vastly more expensive than they wanted me to take for that price. So I got kind of annoyed, and trying to book the same thing with anybody else, obviously couldn't do it because it was a lot more expensive what I wanted to do. So I gave up and just changed it to be just the UK. And I've ended up flying with Emirates. Reminds me, I should probably install their app. I need to start booking my train tickets for the UK too. I've booked all the heritage tickets, but I haven't booked my normal travel tickets. Most of them I'll just book a day or so out because there's no advantage to booking them this early. But some of the longer haul runs, like the Azuma from York down to London, I'm told it's a good idea to book that. Earlier, because they book out. And if they book out, you'll still get to make the trip, but you'll do it at half the speed because you'll be running on a slower train. Whoosh through Riverview. None of this stopping service for us. Ooh, but we are supposed to be slowing down, aren't we? So we're coming into a 55 corner, doing 60 mile an hour. We're getting away with it. Change this brake with its release position because you should hold it there for roughly 1 second for every 4 cars. So we've got 4, so I should hold it there for a second. And basically what it is, it's an overcharge on the brake pipe, a deliberate one, just to give you a bit of a kick to release the brakes quickly. We're missing a gratuitous bridge shot, but I don't care. We're going to pass High Cliff. Ooh, I like the smoke interaction on the bridge. Yes, quaint ass indeed. I don't know if I'm going to make this. I think we might have to go into emergency. Oops, not shut down, emergency. Big hole it. We're going to go past it, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Whoa. Don't know how that happened. I better start releasing these so we can when we actually want to go. Let's pump the brakes back up. There we go. Well, I'm not going to be on time now, because I'm sitting here waiting for a red. I'm impressed I stopped for that. Meanwhile, the passengers are picking up their cups of tea and their scones and their little cakes scattered everywhere through the compartment. I guess we're both waiting for that train that's up there. Let's go have a look. Oh, it seems to be moving. Or is it? Are we waiting for you? You're waiting as well. So you've got red signals. We've both got red signals. But the platforms are completely empty. At Harvard Central. Now, there is a green signal there, which is letting something out. That's probably what we're all waiting for. Well, it's just gone to red. Does that mean we're going to get a green soon? Ooh, I heard something toot. And again. This little railcar's spewing Thunbergs out, so it's on its way. I didn't know the AI trains hooted. Enthusiastically, in fact. Very good. I'm going to pop back to my cab, because if he's been allowed in, we may be allowed in soon. Oh, the one next to us got to go in as well. So you're running 2 locals in ahead of the intercity. Well, isn't that nice? Enjoy your workout, Violet. It's almost Greek Easter time for me. Just sit here with their little chugger going chugga 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 chugga. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Let's challenge the signalman. There you go, you could stream your workout. At one of the Google contributor conversations, I think we're up next. One of the Google contributor conversations, I met a belly dancing lady who streams her belly dancing lessons. So it was worth challenging the signalman, I think. So there's the green up there. The ones on the left don't apply to us. Ours is up there, and we'll be going into a central platform. This lady's our age, Violet. And she actually has quite a good following. It's a little bit of a niche. It's like train simulation. It's a bit of a niche. So we had no chance whatsoever at arriving at Central on time, because even with speeding to get here, it was impossible, because we got held. Hey, Bradley. Finally arriving at Central 4 minutes late. Let me find her channel. I'll chuck it in the chat. And of course, would it find the one I know? No, it hasn't. I'll have to try and find her. We're allowed to go, aren't we? No, we're not. Actually, I don't dare switch accounts. I'll find it later. I shall Discord her to you. There's our bell. Something rattling away back in the engine compartment back there. It doesn't sound very healthy. I am assured by my HUD I have a green signal, but bucket if I know which one it is. That's why I've got the HUD on. Sometimes you just can't tell. There must have been a dwarf or something somewhere. John9079, hello. Hope you're doing well, Bradley and John. And everyone else in the chat, of course. As we cruise along in Diesel Railcar Simulator. I've got about another 30 minutes, so I'll finish this one. There might be time for another one, we'll see. Little 37. It's not much for looks, this game, Bradley, although line sight's fine, but its simulation's quite good. It's very trainish. And so far we haven't blown any reds, although I came very, very close. Ooh, passenger cars have suspension too. Cool. That was quite nice. Green on the signal here, which is good because its sighting's terrible. You'd come around that corner and go, wah! Green at the end of Wildbrook. So if you like your English trains, DRS isn't a bad thing. It's cheap too. It's only about $20 Australian, something like that. So it's quite good. It's a good simulator. There's not a lot of routes for it, but there are a few. There's some official ones and some community ones. Some of them made up, some of them real. Samoa beans. I suppose I should go harder and try and pick up some time, shouldn't I, with a little spirited running. But it's always nervous when you're approaching red signals. But that's the way of this kind of signalling, because each box is signalling the next box that says, I've got a train, can you take it? And they go, yes, I can take it. You go, right then. And they don't actually pull their signals off until they've agreed to take the train. On the odd occasion when I signal Menzies Creek Station, I used to like freaking out the station master, because I'd leave all the signals at stop until I actually heard a train, and then I'd pull them off. And this always completely bugged him. He's like, but you need to get ready. I go, no, I don't. They can't even see them yet. Green coming into Valley Divide, going straight through. Green on the next. Still running late despite the spirited running. Acting like a German train, running late. We're just going to fang this at full power until we get to the portal by the looks of it. Going through Dulwich. I'm speeding a tad though. Should probably do something about that. Since I need to get down to 50 and I'm doing 80 and this thing's brakes are very train-like. Are we going to get down to 50 in time? It's got to be close. Very close, in fact. We did. How about that? About to pass through Dulwich instead of Excited Witch. friend of mine's a witch. She had lots of fun with her little incantations and potions and things. End up in shutdown. Might be a banker engine sitting there. As we head towards the portal where our service will finish. And we will have time for one more. Might try a random one. Except I want to be a 37. I like the 37. And that's it for that run. So I was speeding a little bit. Well, interestingly, the target's actually speeding. That's interesting. All good. Bit late. A little bit late. What are we going to do this time? We could do that one, I suppose. Why not? Oh, no. That's not a... not a 37. I want to do a 37. That one. Also not a 37. Mixed load. There we go. Drive. Okay. Kill the pause. We are apparently allowed to move, so let's get this off. It's Shift B. Or is it just B? Oh, hang on. I haven't started the train. That's why. Okay, now I can do it. Release the brakes. That much power. What do we got? We've got a little train. Empty as well. We've got a disc in front of us there. Mixed load part 1. It's acting like it's very heavy though. This one will be our last service today because I do have to finish at 10:30 my time today. I'll be streaming on... Ooh, look at them bounce around. How cool's that? Nice. I look forward to suspension in Train Sim World, and I hope it's as good as this. I'll be streaming Cargo Pack 2. I'm pretty sure it's this Wednesday. Let me just verify that. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't set up the stream yet. I will. Just check. It will be, yes, Wednesday the 8th of May at 7 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 AM UTC or 10 AM BST. I think I might be going, oh no. I thought I was going a lot too quick, but I'm only going a little bit too quick. It's fine. It's all good. Say hello to Boxman. Hence warning, our next signal is red, so I've stopped accelerating. Going slow enough that I should be able to stop if it doesn't come off. With the rate this slows down when it's not on the level, I have to wonder if the handbrake's on. Since it's stopping by itself, let's just have a look at the controls and see what we've got for handbrake. Handbrake plus, handbrake minus. We don't have anything set up for handbrake. Handbrake notch plus, notch minus. It's Y. Okay. Let's just see. I kind of think the handbrake might have been on. Let's accelerate and see what it does. And that seems to be moving a little more freely. Just work our way up to this signal. And we've got the green. Throbber rolls through. Been recording and scheduling some premieres for while I'm away, so I'm not sure if I'll be in the chat for those or not. We will see. It'll depend what else is going on. I do have some very early mornings planned on some of the railways I'm visiting because I don't do normal passenger. I turn up really early and see what I can see. And on Talathin, I'll be turning up for the light up at Pendre. And riding in a cab for part of the day, which will be absolutely awesome. I don't have that teed up at Festiniog or WHR quite deliberately because I want to just ride there. Ooh, that looks a bit red. It looks a lot red, in fact. We're either going to just get away with this or just not. Ooh, I think it's just not. Right there in the box is a signalman going, signal past that danger, drive back to the signal or wait for the signal to clear. Yes, master. We have been very naughty, clearly. Let's reverse. And add insult to injury, I've been cleared all the way out except for the one that I've passed. Waiting for the intercity to clear the line. Very good. Should probably go back into forwards though, shouldn't we? We shall wait. You hear a train somewhere? Or is that mine? Trying to go somewhere. It was. I don't know why my train was trying to go somewhere, but it was. Clearly. Where is this intercity? Hey, that signal's buried in a bridge. Hello? The intercity coming here? Or is this waiting as well? This is something else waiting to come in. Oh, here comes the intercity. It's here. Does he have... He has a green. Doesn't look like an intercity though, does it? This mustn't be the train we're waiting for. This is another one. Oh, I've got a green too. Do I? Really? I do. Let's go. Full fang. Just came off. So we head off all the way to the left here. So there's the train that I thought we were supposed to be waiting for, but it let us out first. Interesting. So this is where English signals confuse me sometimes, because, you know, it looks like we're driving through a red, but we've got a green up here. And it's time to do some grass mowing again. We munch our way, in fact we're munching our way through a hill. We are indeed munching our way through a hill there. Excellent. Going a little bit fast through here, but whatever. Whatever. Is that a dead end? Oh, shit. Shit. It's a dead end. This could be spectacular. Doomph. I just complete your run. Yeah, it's very good. Okay. So it doesn't record that I just smacked into the end of the map. Oh well, we've got time for one more. What are we going to run? Something else with a 37. Produce pickup. Freight train cars, 3 cars. Is that all? Track work. Ooh. Let's do that one. Yeah, that's about it, John. Damn. Loading, 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 loading. You can press start early, but sometimes does bad things. Alright, let's get her going. Oh, we're not supposed to go yet, are we? As long as I don't actually leave, it'll probably be okay. Because I've got a signal, so surely it's alright to go. It's a bit of a different train. Hey, Bricks at home. Hello, Holy Trucker. I have 4 routes for this game, but I don't have all of them. I think I've got all the official ones, but there's more community ones. I do have a green up there. Already speeding, off to a good start. As you do. It's all good, we'll pretend it's okay. Caution on the advance. It's interesting that signal was rendering as green, and then only the HUD was showing the truth, and then it showed red. It's just interesting. Just keep crawling towards it so I don't roll backwards. If you're wondering why the sudden throttle moves, it's because I'm using Raildriver and it's not amazing. Signalman at high cliff will be going, what is this guy doing? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I don't really see that as... my signal must be further around the corner or something. Ah, it's this one. Okay, fair enough. It's a nice, unusual little formation. It is Harvard Valley, you are correct. Got a caution on the advance. So we'll just roll our way towards the next one. Wrong way. We have the green. Now, I thought since I was in between things on TSW, why not give DRS a go? It doesn't get that many goes on live streams, so why not? It's a good game. It's interesting that carriage is actually branded. I'll just pass a red then. Oh well, next one's green. Whatever. To look back on the recording of this, because I may have passed a red, because I saw the one after it go green. And there was a train in the platform here. It's not now, but there was. Holy Trucker, there's a couple of official ones and there's a bunch of community ones. I don't know exactly how many there are, but there is a little bit of a community around this game. And as Bricks at Home says, there's a new one coming up about Cardiff, which will be excellent. It has got quite a good editor in it, so people can make things. It does look nicer than TSC. It's a much better simulation than TSC. Sit here while we wait for the green. Oh, I did pass the signal. Look at that. Signal passed at danger. Drive back to the signal and wait further instructions or for the signal to clear. Nope. Alright then. We've been naughty, so I clearly was naughty. Yeah, come on. Let it go, rail driver. There we go. I wonder if I still have to do it, because that message cleared. No tea and biscuits for me later. At least the signalman left a point set for me. Now we appear to have a green in front of us now, so I think I'm just going to take it. We're not going to go back further. Once we do eventually stop. It's about $18, I think, John Hudson T Australian. No, I do have to keep driving back to that signal. Okay. Is that in reverse or off? Alright. We actually do have to keep going. Hey C, how are you? Thanks for answering that, Bricks at Home. So it's 3 routes in the game, and yeah, there's some on the workshop. This is the one I have to stop and wait for. This is the one I should have stopped and waited for before. Oops, went a bit heavy on the brakes there. Come on. You gonna let me move? There we go. Now we've got the signal. We can go. There are a lot of 101 services. Let me just have a quick look at Steam and I'll tell you what this game actually does cost. Can I? Actually, it's $29.50 Australian at the moment, so where's the share button? Share. Must be a share button somewhere. Share, there it is. Back to the game. Doing all those weird things because I'm actually out in Steam trying to copy an URL for you. It's not me driving funny, it's just because I was out in Steam, not in the game, because when you're out of the game, it starts to shut it down. Serious bridge coming up. do have a caution on the advance, so the next one will be a red. But it's a little while away. I wonder if that was new in the update, that it makes you drive back if you spad. Because I don't remember it making you drive back before. I think it used to let you get away with it. And then you just crash into a train. No, the 37 is part of it. This particular 37 probably comes with this route. It's yellow and blue. That's going to be close, isn't it? That pillar, very close. No, we've got a green now. Followed almost immediately by a red. The full beans to try and get up this hill. Not that our train's all that heavy, but... I'm sure Dovetail's design's influenced by a lot of things. Trains has had a HUD like this for a long time. I think one of the other simulation games, one of the less popular ones, if I remember, also has a HUD like this, and several of the Japanese games have a HUD like this too. So it's not unusual. Set of factories and things over here. I think we looked at these before, didn't we? Red coming up at the yard exit. Yeah, cool, Sue. I'm gonna book the ticket. I've got, I think, an all-day rover. It's up to you whether you want to spend the whole day there or not. I think they're only running 2 trains that day, though, from memory. C and I are meeting at Langolan. And we've got the green now. Yeah, I've played the 101 before, C. I've never done the runs with the 37. So why not do a few? I don't know if we'll get to finish this one, though, because I've got to literally finish this stream in a few minutes. Because we have to go. We've got a family thing on the other side of the city. Green all the way. Let's go. Now I'm meeting C for Langolan, and I'm meeting Dave Randall and Richie for NMR. I'll put a post on the channel on the days that I'm riding other trains. If people want to meet up, that would certainly be possible. I can't do that on Talathin because I will be in the cab. On Festiniog, definitely could. I've got a day pass. On WHR, I'm actually booked on the long train that goes all the way from Porthmadog to Carnarvon. And I have splashed out a little bit and bought myself a posh seat because I don't really need to see and hear the NGG 16 South African Railways Garrett pulling the train because I fire one. I know exactly what it's like. So seeing another one doesn't interest me that much. I just want to have it on the train trip, be a passenger for a change. I think that will be cool. Yeah, I think they're running 2 trains that day, see, so we can ride both of them. Annoying horn action there, because you do. Yes, if you're into railway simulation, this is a good game. I mean, the content for it is a little bit limited because there's not a heap, but the game itself is very good, and it's simulations. From someone who actually does play with real trains, I can tell you its simulation is pretty good. Took me a little while to figure out the brakes on this one because they're a bit weird, but I get them now. I understand how they're working. Basically, when the this first application position here, it's more like a lap, so it actually does do a reduction. And you can put the brake handle back there to stop full service increasing it, and you can also come back into running for a little while and then back into first application if you want to partially release. So it's actually quite cool now that I figured it out. The 101 does have the annoying gear changes, yes. But that's all about the 101. That's actually what makes it fun for me, but I could understand why... I mean, at times, yeah, even I find it annoying, but... it's just kind of how you drive the train. There's some great LMS training videos that are actually based on, I think it's the 104, but you can drive the 101 using the techniques in that video. Just saying hello to a mate there. In the Intercity. I only have 3 minutes left, so I'll have to cut this one a little bit short, but that's life. Hopefully we'll at least get into Patton Vale by then, and then I'll kill it at that point. Since it looks like we have to stop there anyway. There's a mixture of fictional and actual. Holy trucker. Don't you wish all games had this camera angle? Something I have noticed, which I'd never noticed before, but maybe it was from the update, is the trains don't seem to be coupling together at the moment, which is a bit boring. Love the way the cars are bouncing around. How are you finding Tram Sim, Psych? I quite like it, but the red lights on the traffic lights give me the shits after a while. Yeah, I'll stop the stream when we get into Patton Vale. So we have got a caution on the advance signal. Let's start slowing down for the stop. Yeah, it's quite a fun game, Psych. I sunk a lot of hours into Tram Sim before I stopped playing it. And I come back to it every now and again still. And there's newer stuff that fascinates me. The green coming in but not going out, so we're coming to a stand in here in Patton Vale. I think that's my own carriages flickering on and off in front of me there. That's interesting. I've never seen it do that before. But I recognise that hopper. It's on the back of this train. Bricks at Home says the coupling physics are simulated, but yeah, they're not visually simulated yet. That's cool. As I mentioned before, the dev team for this is effectively one person with some occasional volunteer helpers, so having a few things like that in the game, it's just absolutely fine. Anyway, I'm going to have to leave this here because I do have a family thing on the other side of the city and we have to get there. What do you mean signal past a danger? Oh, maybe that dwarf back in the thing. But anyway, that's all good, even though we're here. So that's it for today's stream. I will be streaming on Wednesday night, 7 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 AM UTC, 10 AM BST, to show off Skyhook Games' cargo line in Train Sim World 2. So, 4. I just said 2. Train Sim World 4. Just, gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Alrighty, but the cargo pack actually looks pretty good, by the way. I think it's much better value than the last one. Playability's pretty decent, so you'll see it anyway on Wednesday. If you're curious about it and you want an early view, go to Skyhook's channel on YouTube, because they have released a couple of videos about it now, 1 and 2, and shows it off fairly well. Anyway, have fun, enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much for taking part and watching and joining in the chat as always. So bit of a win there, and we shall see you on Wednesday. Bye now.